This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. It's a Theory Thursday, so this is a fretboard theory lesson. In this lesson, we're going to be taking a look at the major scale. So, in the last 3 Theory Thursday lessons, we've gone over different ways of playing the chromatic scale on the guitar. Understanding the chromatic scale is fundamental to understanding the fretboard and understanding the music that we play. We know that with the chromatic scale we have 12 different pitches to choose from when we're playing music. Out of those 12 pitches, there are lots of different scales that can be created. There's pentatonic scales, hexatonic scales, heptatonic scales, octatonic scales, and there could probably even be scales that go on from there. But pentatonic scales are 5-note scales, so we can take 5 notes out of that chromatic scale and create a scale that we can use to play music, to improvise, to create melodies, and sometimes it explains harmony as well. We've got 6-note scales, 7-note scales, 8-note scales, and we could have even more, but 5, 6, 7, and 8 are the most common numbers that our scales have. So we're going to take the most fundamental one and we're going to start with it, and that's the major scale. The major scale is the most fundamental one in understanding the music that we play and in understanding how the fretboard works and to being able to unlock it for note reading, for improvisation, just knowing it if you just want to know it, and for chord creation. This is the scale to start with. This is a heptatonic scale. It's a 7-note scale. Basically, all the other modes, all the other scales that we take and create, we usually identify them and how the pitches work in relation to how they're different than a major scale. So we're going to start with the major scale. The major scale has a series of whole steps and half steps. So the chromatic scale is a series of half steps entirely. So when we play along the guitar and we move up each fret, we're going up 1 half step at a time, right up that chromatic scale. We learned about this in previous fretboard theory lessons. In the last 3 lessons, actually, we've done a lot with the chromatic scale. So those are half steps, moving from 1 fret to the next. When we skip over a fret, we're actually playing what we call a whole step. And so we can go whole steps, and there is a whole tone scale that just goes right up 1 whole tone after the other. But the major scale is comprised of half steps and whole steps. So it goes, and I'm just going to start at the 3rd fret here as an example. It goes whole, so I'm going to go whole, a whole, 2 wholes, and then it goes half, and then it does 3 wholes, and then it has 1 more half. So for a whole step, I'm skipping over a fret, and for a half step, I'm moving to the next fret. So again, it goes whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now there are lots of ways to play a major scale on the guitar. We're going to start with one very important way. Now, we can learn all the major keys by learning all the major scales in first position, where we actually memorize the notes of each scale. We're going to start out with a movable scale form where we can move it along the neck, and all we need to know is 1 scale form to play in all 12 keys. And this is where we're going to start. This is a place for us to start with the guitar and sort of starting to unlock it. We'll worry about memorizing the different keys later. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off with this form. Up here on the board, I've got it drawn. There's a lot of stuff here, so you just kind of want to block out and look right here where the lowest root is on the 6th string. So what we're going to do is assign numbers to our fingers. Index is finger 1, middle is finger 2, ring is finger 3, and pinky is finger 4. As we work along the neck, we're always going to keep those 4 fingers in the frets that are adjacent, no matter what position we're in. So the position is determined by where our index finger goes. So if I put my index finger at the 6th fret, I'm in 6th position. If I put it at the 3rd fret, I'm in 3rd position. If I put it at the 1st fret, I'm in 1st position. As we work through this, we're going to think finger numbers and not fret numbers. So I've got 4 adjacent frets here. Our lowest root is going to be played with finger 2, and then we're going to play finger 4 with finger 4 2 frets higher, and then on the next string we're going to go 1, 2, 4, and on the next string 1, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and do it down in first position. So I'm going to put my middle finger on the 2nd fret, and then I'm going to put my pinky on the 4th. Then on the next string I'm going to go index, middle, pinky, index, ring, pinky. So I've got 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Technically, we're playing the F sharp or G flat major scale. So we're playing, for the first scale that we're playing together, it has 6 sharps or 6 flats, depending on which enharmonic key we're looking at. So that's quite a feat. Usually we learn the C major scale first because it has got no sharps and no flats. But it's not going to matter for us today. So we got 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then we can just come right on back down. You want to get comfortable. You want to get comfortable with it. You want to memorize it. You want to make sure that you are sticking to those fingerings. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. You got to stick to that. You don't want to be sliding fingers around to play where these are. You don't want to be switching fingers out. You want to stick to these fingerings. This is important to developing our technique. So we're kind of stealing the thunder of a Technique Tuesday, but it's really important to that technique that we use those fingers. Now, we can play this in all 12 keys. All we got to do is move up the neck. So we slide our entire hand up the neck. Middle finger is now on the 3rd fret. We're going to play G major. So we go 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. We're going to take that up to the 4th fret. Take that up to the 5th fret. And up to the 6th fret. And so on and so forth. You can play it all along the entire string as far as you can go. Now, I'm not going to continue to do it, but that's a great way to practice it. Just play it in every position that you can comfortably reach along that 6th string. What I want to show you is how we can transfer this same form to other string sets now. So in understanding the guitar, this is actually pretty cool. We can take that exact way that we've been playing that major scale, and we can transfer it to other string sets. So with the lowest root on the 5th string now, you'll see up here on the board on the right side 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. It's the exact same thing. So I put my middle finger at the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and we go 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And I'm playing that same form with my lowest root on the 5th string. So it works the same, and then I can slide it on up. Because we're not using open strings, these are movable scale forms. We can play them anywhere along the fretboard. Now I'll take it up to the 4th fret. Comfortable, you can play that along any position on the 5th string. Now guess what? We can transfer it up to the next set of strings. So with the lowest root on the 4th string, I can do the same thing. One small change though, when we start moving to these higher strings, there is a difference in the tuning of the B string that's different by interval compared to the G string than all the other strings as we move from one to the next. So when we go from E to A, it's what's known as a perfect 4th. A to D is a perfect 4th. The D string to the G, perfect 4th again. But then we have a major 3rd. I'll have lessons about intervals in Theory Thursday, lesson about intervals in the future. But we've got B to E here. It goes back to that perfect 4th. So slight difference by the equivalent of 1 fret. So when we get to the 2nd string, we have to shift up by 1 fret. So if I put my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, I start out 2, 4. And then I go 1, 2, 4, and now I've got to shift up where my index is now at the 2nd fret, so I'm in 2nd position and continue 3, 4. As I come back down, I collapse it and grab 4th fret with my pinky on the 3rd string, and I can continue down as before. You'll see that up here on the board. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Got to shift up a fret to finish 1, 3, 4. So we'd go red T, and we'd have 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. I got to shift up. To the 3rd fret, same thing. When I get to that 2nd string, I got to shift up. Then when I go up to the 4th fret, when I get to that 2nd string, I got to shift up. And so on and so forth. So you want to learn that one in all the comfortable positions. There's one more where we can play the complete octave. We can actually play it on the top 3 strings. So with this one, I've got 2 ways that I can finger it. I can actually swap out my middle and pinky fingers, 2, 4, for index and ring. And then I don't have to shift at all. Or I can do 2, 4, and then shift up 1 fret when I get to that 2nd string, 1, 2, 4, and then on the top string, 1, 3, 4. I'm going to show it that way first. So I put my middle finger on that 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and I go 2, 4. Then I got to shift up when I get to the 2nd string, so my index is at the 2nd fret. I'm going to go middle, pinky, and then 1, ring, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1. I got to collapse back down. My pinky grabs the 4th fret and my middle grabs the 2nd fret. So again, 2, 4, shift. And then I'm coming back down. And then I got 4, 2. So alternatively, and I've learned it both ways, it's good to finger it both ways. There's going to be reasons for in playing music that one is going to work sometimes better than the other one, and vice versa. So if I go 1 with my index finger there at the 2nd fret, I go 1, 3, and then I can go 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. So it's good to learn it both ways. And just like before, you want to learn this one in all the different comfortable positions. Okay, so that's where we're getting started with the major scale. This is fundamental. There's so many cool things that we can do with it, though, once we've got this down. So in the next fretboard theory lessons, so in the next Theory Thursday, I'll be showing you how to take this shape and manipulate it so we can play it along the strings and shift from one to the next. It's pretty cool. Keep having fun, keep playing that guitar, and hopefully we'll see you in our Saturday lessons where we've got mini series going on right now. It's a flat picking series, but there's cool things there. We've also got the Technique Tuesday lessons, so you can check out those as well. Have fun with the guitar. Keep at it, and we'll see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.